Hey everyone, my name is Marysa Maggio. I'm really excited to be hosting this business development meeting with Family First Life today. I'm with Family First Life Solidity out of Boston, Massachusetts. So there might be a few reasons why you're in this business development meeting tonight and why you're tuned in. Could be because you're looking for a new opportunity. It could be because you're looking for a part-time hustle. It also could be just because the current position you're in, you don't feel like you're being treated right. So whatever category you fall into, I'm happy to have you tune in tonight. So just a little bit of a background about me. I came out of college, I was 20 years old. I had lost my mom 2 years prior to that. So I really did see the need for life insurance, but by no means was I like, I want to be a life insurance agent and that's what I want to do, with my life. That didn't even cross my mind. However, coming out of college, a month after, I remember sitting down with my sister and I was in tears about how I was a loser because I thought since I went to college, I had a bachelor's degree, that I was somehow entitled, to some form of compensation, having this great job that's going to pay me really well. That's really not what happened. So I applied to some positions, of which one ended up being a life insurance agent position. It was with a captive organization. And in that organization, I signed a contract, which by the way, if you signed a contract and you're in insurance, you should definitely take a look at it. The compensation level was extremely low. I started at 35%, worked my way up to a whopping 57.5%. And they sold us on this dream of, once you work here for 10 years, you're going to have your renewals and basically you can retire and, live your best life. So coming in, what I realized was, people think it's like a male dominant industry. And really, the females that were there were thriving, which was great to see. From there, being there for about 1.5 to 2 years, I realized this is definitely not the best plan because the leads weren't there. They weren't like direct leads. I was bait and switching, meaning I would go in with, some form of no cost benefit. And then I would, be leaving essentially with trying to sell them insurance, which, at the age of 20, you could, justify that, but not too long after that. So I went to a different IMO and from there they started me at a whopping 60%. So I got a 2.5% raise, which, at the time I was like, this is great. I have my ability to work up to 110%. At that IMO, the culture really didn't end up being there for me. I did work my way up to about a 90% compensation level and then I left. I found Family First Life, and the reason why I found Family First Life was because a lot of agents that had worked with the previous IMO I was at, they were coming to Family First Life. So I was just wondering, why are they going there? What has them going there? And should I be there? So essentially I was able to answer all those questions. And I really think the biggest part was the leadership. Sean Mike himself actually was an agent in the field. So he wasn't somebody who was just like, I'm going to start an IMO and because I have the money to do so. He was like, I'm an agent and I want to make sure that agents are treated right, meaning that they get high compensation, they have access to leads that actually work, that are, people that are interested in life insurance, vested renewals from day one, and free training. So those are the 4 main components that Sean Mike always delivered on from day one and continues to deliver on now and some. Statistically speaking, in the industry, the insurance industry started out in 1760. Family First Life was founded in December of 2013. The number of agents in the insurance industry is about 385,000. Within Family First Life, there's about 7,000 agents. The approximate annual income of a regular life insurance agent is about $48,000. With Family First Life, it's about $102,000 or more. And I'll get a little bit more into that. We're taking part-time, full-time, all that into consideration, and people who maybe just write, 1 or 2 policies, a month or a year. The average age in the insurance industry is 60 years old, which again, going back to that stigma of you have to be, 60 and, you have to, be a male or, whatever it might look like. We really break that stigma here at Family First Life, and I love that. The average age is about 35 years old, meaning that you have 20 and 30-year-olds breaking multiple 6-figure, 7-figure incomes. And it's incredible to see. It's incredible to be a part of, to say the least. Also, in the insurance industry, there's always a contract generally. Here at Family First Life, there is no contract. You're not committing to anything. You're saying you're free to go at any time because we know how great this opportunity is that Sean Mike has set up for us. You'll see the growth throughout the years. So back in 2014, 21 million issue paid. Looking all the way up to 2020, we're looking to break over 400 million in this year. Just back in July, over $27 million of insurance was issue paid, which is an incredible number because a lot of IMOs don't even do that in a year. So Family First Life is kind of broken down into a few different sectors, so to say. There's Medicare, mortgage protection, final expense, annuity, and IULs. So just to kind of take a look back at 2019, in 2019, FFL issued over 207 million in life and annuity business. Over 4,800 agents issued paid premium in 2019. In 2019, 280 agents issued paid over 100,000, 92 agents over 200,000, 46 agents over 300,000, 25 agents over 400,000, 11 agents over 500,000, 4 agents over 600,000, and 1 agent over 700,000 issue paid. And this is just on their own personal PIN, not taking, team or anything into account. So again, people are breaking that multiple six-figure income, which is great to see. So is there a need for insurance? Is this something that consumers actually need? Well, since COVID, we have grown immensely because we've been considered an essential business. And I'm not confused by that at all because I know when I leave a client's house that if something happens to mom or dad, that the kids are going to be okay. The spouse is going to be okay. So there's no confusion there. 85% of consumers would agree that most people need life insurance, but only 62% say they have it. Only 44% of the US households own an individual life insurance policy. 40% of policy owners feel like they don't have enough coverage. So is it a big industry? I would say so because it's a $3 trillion a year industry, which is insane. Life insurance isn't going anywhere, to say the least. So now let's talk about leads. So again, we don't want to be baiting switching, meaning we don't want to go into a home and we don't want to, feel like we're there, but we're not there for insurance. It's very straightforward that we're there for insurance. There's a couple different ways that people are, looking at leads and getting leads. First, it would be mortgage protection. So essentially when somebody buys a home, they refinance their home, they take out a line of equity, they're going to receive a little postcard in the mail. They're going to have the opportunity to fill that out. It would say, John, in the event of your death, your house of $200,000 would be paid off, or in the event of an illness, it would be paid off. So then John goes ahead, he fills that form in. He fills in his name, he fills in his date of birth, he fills in his height and weight, if he's a smoker, his occupation, and he sends it back in the mail. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know the last time I sent something back in the mail. It's just, almost unheard of. So these leads are great because they're such high quality that, somebody's filling something out and they're asking for our help. So it goes back, do you have to be in sales to do this? No. We're simply helping a client that has asked for help. So when we talk about final expense, a lot of our final expense vendors are generated through Facebook. So essentially, Sally's scrolling through her Facebook. She's 54 years old and maybe she was looking up life insurance. Now an ad's going to pop up. If she clicks on that ad, she fills in her basic information and now generates a lead because she's asking for help. So again, it goes back to we're not selling people. We're simply going out, assessing the need and helping them fill the need. So you really don't have to be that great at sales to be able to do this. It's more being able to help people. Other leads, are internet leads, social media. We use all different platforms. And the great part about our leads is they're not coming directly from Family First Life. Meaning when you purchase a lead, Family First Life is not making any money. Family First Life has multiple different vendors that you can reach out to get these leads. And that's how we have access to over 40 different lead companies, which is insane to think about. Versus other IMOs, when you're purchasing your leads, they're actually making money off of them. So they want you to buy their leads and then they're making money off of them. Their compensation's low. They're making even more money. So it really all doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So how do we get paid? We're going to use an example of our average policy is about $83 a month. So if somebody's paying $83 a month, they're paying roughly $1,000 a year. And just to keep it simple, let's say that you're on 100% compensation level. So they're going to advance you 9 months up front or 75% up front. So they're going to pay you $750 for going out, helping a family. You're in and out of the house. You help the family while helping yours and depositing that $750 into your bank account. The additional 10th, 11th, and 12th month of that $250 would be paid out when the client pays that policy premium. So you're always being compensated your full compensation level. So going back to compensation, our compensation ranges from 80% all the way up to 145%, which is so crazy to think about, and I'm so thankful for. So as just a personal producer, you're able to work your way up to 130% if you decide you do not even want to build a team. If you just want to go out and personally produce and write business and not build a team, you can get all the way up to 130%, which is insane. If we look at the producer level guide, we'll see that there were 3 additional levels added here. There was Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. And this is basically saying that the producer on their own personal pen wrote $50,000, $75,000, or $100,000 in business. And that's insane. It's like you're making, and the producer is making that on a monthly basis. So a lot of top producers are breaking a 6-figure income, not in a year, but in a month, which is crazy. Now let's talk about if you are building a team. You look at the bonus structure that Sean Mike put in place, and you'll see that people have bonuses all the way from $5,000 a month to $135,000 a month. We're looking at September of 2019. This has grown immensely because the amount of growth that the company has experienced in the past 4 months. So there's multiple different income streams. Again, we have our bread and butter, our mortgage protection, final expense, IUL. We also work with annuities. And then the last group that we would be talking about would be MedSci. Let's get back to building an organization. So I've heard people be like, Family First Life isn't the best place to build an organization. How could it not be the best place to build an organization when we're looking out for the agent's best interest? And that's what an organization is made up of, is agents. So if your agents are going to stay because it's in their best interest, it's definitely the best place for them to be and build and grow. If you look at Family First Life's numbers versus other IMO's numbers, it's very clear that a lot of agents are coming over because we are disrupting the market. So let's talk about override income. Let's say that you're at 120% compensation level and you hire an agent that's at 100% compensation level. You have a 20% spread on that agent, meaning that every time they go out and help a family for that average annual premium, you're going to make $200 for, the average policy. Let's just say you have only 10 people on your team and they all write one policy. You're going to make $2,000 in passive income just from growing and essentially sharing the opportunity with other people. So how do we get paid, or who pays us essentially? So it's great, it sounds good, but who's going to pay us? The insurance carriers are going to pay us. So we're talking about companies such as America. America is awesome. They've been great to us. Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Global Atlantic, Athene. You've probably seen all of these carriers at one point or another, whether it was through a sports channel or, on TV. So they're definitely not new and they're definitely not going anywhere. So what does it look like to be a producer at Family First Life? Well, just to give a brief, we're on the phones and we're dialing on Mondays and Thursdays, and we're running appointments on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Again, you're self-employed, so you can fix that to however you want it to be. We're dialing the phones about 5 hours, and we're in the field, helping families with about at least 20 appointments. I say 30 minimum a week for maximum success. I know that that's what I'm doing, and I'm issuing over $50,000 a month just on my own personal pen, and my bank account has never looked better. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So let's see. So 5 tips to success. So essentially, first one is going to be activity. If you're not putting the activity in, week out, then you're not going to see the success. So activity is everything. That goes hand in hand with getting plugged in. You have to plug into the system, plug into the podcast, the trainings, making sure that you're really on a schedule that's going to work and it's regimented for you. Because I know oftentimes when we become self-employed, we kind of go on our own schedule, which means we're not working schedule. And that just definitely doesn't work. It doesn't work if you don't work. So the process, trusting the person who's bringing you into this opportunity, because there's no better feeling. It's not about what I sell. It's like there's no better feeling when I have an agent that's brand new that goes out and is making money and is now reaping the rewards for their family. There's no better feeling than that. Ownership, again, you are the CEO. You're going to decide what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, so on and so forth. So making sure that you're taking control of your schedule and what you're doing day to day. Do the extra work. Every single week, add a little bit of extra. What can you do to make this week better than the last week? So again, we offer free training only from the best. We have bare minimum $20,000 a month producers, which is like basically our average producer part-time is $20,000 a month. You're only going to receive training from the top producers. We have podcasts to plug into. We have our weekly training calls. We have Zoom live dials so you can see people actually dialing the leads live, and that will help you. And it also helps you believe in the opportunity because you're seeing the lead, you're seeing them dial it. It makes sense. And that's what that looks like. So if you believe you're a good fit, definitely reach out to the person who plugged you into this video. You're going to fall into one of three categories. First would be that, you don't think it's a good fit for you at all. So, we'll see you later, but, thanks for tuning in. The second would be, I'm in, but I do have some questions, which is normal. We all have questions. So again, reach out to the person who plugged you into this video and ask them those questions so that they're able to properly, answer those for you. And then the third category would be exactly what I fell into, which was I'm all in, I'm ready to go. What do I have to do next to get going? So again, reach out to that person and let them know that you're all in and you're ready to go. Last, there are a couple of requirements. Again, you don't have to have a bachelor's degree or anything special to do this. You just want to make sure that you have to pass your state licensing exam. We pay for the pre-licensing exam if you are not licensed, so that takes that cost off of you. You just have to study and get through that exam. Don't take any more than a week and a half, 2 weeks to get through it, and you will be setting yourself up for success. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Take care.